In the mid-15th century, the world stood at a crossroads. The ancient Byzantine Empire, once mighty Rome's eastern half, had shrunk to a shadow of its glory. Its jewel, Constantinople, a city of golden domes and impregnable walls, stood as the last bastion of Byzantium. On the other side, a rising power waited. The Ottomans, led by a young sultan named Mehmed, watched with ambition burning in their hearts. This is the story of the man who would unite two worlds, break the walls of legend, and etch his name in history forever. Sultan Mehmed II, the Conqueror. Mehmed was born on March 30th, 1432, in Edirne, the Ottoman capital at the time. From childhood, his destiny was extraordinary. His father, Sultan Murad II, was a seasoned warrior and ruler. His mother, Huma Hatun, ensured he was raised with discipline and faith. Unlike many princes who grew up spoiled by luxury, Mehmed's life was shaped by tutors, scholars, and generals. He studied the Quran, Islamic law, mathematics, geography, and even the works of ancient Greeks and Romans. Languages flowed easily for him: Arabic, Persian, Latin, Greek, and Turkish. But Mehmed was more than a scholar. He was restless, ambitious. Even as a boy, he dreamed of conquering Constantinople, the city no Muslim army had ever taken. When he was just 12 years old, his father briefly abdicated and left the throne to him. But the empire was under threat. Enemies tested the young ruler's inexperience. The Janissaries, the elite soldiers, rebelled. The boy was forced to summon his father back. Murad returned, but he now knew his son was destined for greatness. In 1451, Murad II died, and Mehmed, now 19 years old, became sultan once more. But this time he was ready. He inherited an empire surrounded by enemies. To the east, rival Turkish Beyliks and the Karamanids. To the west, Christian kingdoms of Europe. At the heart of it all, Constantinople, the ancient fortress city, blocking Ottoman expansion between Asia and Europe. The city was powerful not by size, but by position. Its walls, stretching over 14 miles, had defied sieges for 1,000 years. But Mehmed had a vision. Either I will conquer Constantinople, or Constantinople will conquer me. He began preparations in secret. First, Mehmed ordered the construction of a mighty fortress on the Bosphorus, Rumeli Hizre, the fortress of Europe. Its purpose was clear: to cut off Constantinople's supply lines from the Black Sea. Then he turned to technology. He invited a Hungarian engineer named Orban, who built for him the largest cannons the world had ever seen. These bronze giants could hurl stone balls weighing half a ton, capable of shaking even the strongest walls. At the same time, Mehmed gathered an army of over 80,000 soldiers, Janissaries, cavalry, and auxiliaries. He built a fleet of more than 400 ships, ready to blockade the city from the sea. In Constantinople, Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos, the last Byzantine emperor, watched in despair. His city had only about 7,000 defenders, many of them mercenaries. But still, they had hope. In their walls, their faith, and perhaps in help from Europe. On April 6, 1453, the siege began. Cannons thundered day and night, shaking the Theodosian walls, but the defenders repaired them tirelessly. For weeks, the Ottomans attacked but were repelled. The great chain across the Golden Horn kept Ottoman ships away. Then Mehmed revealed his genius. He ordered ships to be dragged over land on greased logs, bypassing the chain. When the Byzantines awoke, they saw Ottoman ships inside the Golden Horn. Panic spread. The battle grew desperate. Night after night, assaults battered the walls. Inside, Emperor Constantine fought like a soldier among his men, knowing the end was near. Finally, on May 29, 1453, before dawn, Mehmed launched his final assault. Waves of soldiers attacked. Cannons roared. The walls trembled. The defenders, exhausted, could no longer hold. A breach opened. The Janissaries surged through. Emperor Constantine XI vanished in the chaos, dying with sword in hand, the last emperor of Byzantium. By sunrise, the city of Constantine was Ottoman. As the city fell, chaos reigned, fires, cries, plunder. But soon, Mehmed rode through the gates. He went to the great church of Hagia Sophia, the heart of Byzantine Christianity. There he declared it would become a mosque, a symbol of the new age. Mehmed ordered that the city not be destroyed, but rebuilt. He invited Muslims, Christians and Jews to repopulate Constantinople. The city, renamed Istanbul, became the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. The conquest sent shockwaves across Europe. For the West, it was the fall of an ancient world. For the Ottomans, it was the dawn of empire.